October 14th meeting of the Public Council of Conception Bay South. And the first order of business this evening is a little different. We only do it every 4 years. And I'll start off with the motion, be it so resolved that Councillor Andrea Goss has been duly elected Deputy Mayor of the town of Conception Bay South, having been elected to this position by the members of council. Moved, seconded by Councillor Moores. Any discussion? There we go.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Council.
Just want to welcome you back, Deputy Mayor. It was a pleasure working with you for the past 4 and look forward to the next 4. All in favor? Aye. Contrary minded? Carried. Next up, as we usually do, as we always do, the land acknowledgement. The town of Conception Bay South would like to respectfully acknowledge the territory in which we gather as the ancestral homelands of the Beothuk, and the island of Newfoundland as the ancestral homelands of the Mi'kmaq and Beothuk. We also respectfully acknowledge Labrador as the traditional and ancestral homelands of the Innu of Nitassinan, the Inuit of Nunatsiavut, and the Inuit of Nunatuavut. We strive for respectful partnerships with all the peoples of the province as we search for collective healing and true reconciliation and honor this beautiful land together. So a call for adoption of the meeting agenda for this evening, moved by Councillor Hardy, seconded by Councillor Hillier. All in favor? Aye. Contrary minded? And we have an agenda. Good. And adoption of the meeting minutes from our last meeting on September the 16th, moved by Councillor Tilley, seconded by Deputy Mayor Goss. All in favor? Contrary minded? That is carried. Next up, we have visitors, presentations, and petitions. And Councillor Tilley, I understand you may have a petition with us this evening.
That's correct, Your Worship. I am in receipt of a petition from the residents of Riders Road concerning the rezoning of 12 to 16 Riders Road. So I'll table this with the clerk and we'll put it in the file for consideration.
Thank you, Councillor Tilley. Okay, next up we have new business, and tonight I'm going to start off just for a moment, if I could. First of all, I want to congratulate everyone around the table on their election to council. Look forward to the next 4 years. Special welcome to our new councillor, Warwick Clooney. Welcome aboard, Councillor Clooney. You won't get as much accolades this time. It's only you. There was 5 new ones the last time, but for everyone else, I just want to say that I believe it was a great endorsement of your dedication and commitment to the residents and to the town over the past 4 years to have the residents reaffirm you for another 4 years on council. So well done on that regard. Well, here in Conception Bay South, we're no strangers to growth. And of course, growth comes with challenges. And the challenges, we need to have a council that makes thoughtful decisions on behalf of residents and for the town's future. And I believe the quality of that council that is needed by the residents is with us here this evening, and will be serving the residents for the next 4 years. And I have great confidence the council is ready to meet all challenges on this growing town and to ensure that it remains a place we're all very proud to call home. So congratulations, everyone. Welcome to the new council. And I'm going to start off tonight. To my left, for the first time, I am going to call upon Deputy Mayor Andrea Goss to lead the way in our new business.
Thank you, Mayor Bent. I'm going to be very brief this evening. I just want to say it is my pleasure to be back here again in a different seat, but I'll get used to it. Really happy to be a part of council again. When I ran the last time, I didn't know if I would do another term. I knew I just wanted to do a term. And that went so fast, and it was, such a good 4 years. I thought it was a very productive and positive 4 years. Then when it came to the end, I didn't want it to be over. I wasn't ready. So jumped into the race, and here I am again. So I want to thank Ward 2 residents for their support, and I will continue to bring forward my best effort for the residents and for the town as a whole, serving as deputy mayor. I want to thank you to my co-councilors for their vote of confidence in electing me to deputy mayor. It was a role I really enjoyed, and I will do that to the best of my ability going forward. And lots of great work to be done. There was a lot of things. I hit a lot of doors once again, and hear a lot of things from residents, and I got a laundry list for sure, and plan to bring them forward. We'll discuss them with all of council. Everybody's got things on their mind, and as we get into our budget consultations and talk about the issues in the community, I know we'll work collectively together to do our best within our budget and do the best for the residents by that. And yeah, that's everything. And welcome, Warwick. Nice to have, we have a new face here in the room. It's great to have everybody back. I'm so happy that everyone, that all of the previous council's back. And it's nice to have you on board too as well, Warwick. So welcome and thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. And it's one of the great things about elections is we get to work on a renewed set of priorities to ensure that we are following those priorities of the residents. So it's good to hear from them directly, of course. Councillor Tilley.
Thank you, Your Worship. Once again, it's great to be back. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the residents of Ward 3 for their continued support in having me represent their issues in Ward 3. It's been a long time. So this is I'm elected my 5th term. I've been actually on the ballot for ever since 2001. So I wear it as a badge of honor that the residents of Ward 3 certainly have their confidence in me for that. So, and again, it's like the Deputy Mayor said, congratulations to all who did run for election, and of course, further congratulations to those who actually made it. So while we're on the topic of elections, and I certainly hope that the provincial government is listening to me this evening. Whoever it is, I don't know, but I mean, we'll work with whomever, but this had to be one of the worst times in history for knocking on doors. The big thing that I did most was explain the difference between a municipal election and a provincial election. So I would certainly hope that the provincial government will not do this again in the future, have a municipal election and provincial election within 2 weeks of each other. It was absolutely preposterous on the doorstep talking to people. So I certainly hope that changes for any future elections. Thank you.
Yes, Councillor Tilley, I shared those thoughts with our friend at the Shoreline when he asked me a couple of weeks ago, and last time it was the federal election was on top of us. So we're getting hit each time. Boys, you know when the municipal election is. I can tell you when it is in 4 years. Don't hold a provincial or federal election at that time. We can give you the dates, right? We're all set. Councillor Hillier.
Yes, Your Worship, just following the tenor of my 2 colleagues, I just want to congratulate all of our colleagues on the election, on winning the election and being back again. You know, when I made a decision back in July or August that I would run again, and I've said this before, it was largely due to the fact that all of you had decided to run as well, and I couldn't see you guys going off on your own and may not be part of it. So I threw my hat in the ring as well. So it's a pleasure to be back. So welcome back to the incumbents. Special welcome to our rookie, Councillor Clooney. And thanks to all the residents who've once again put their faith in me to represent them for the next 4 years. And I look forward to getting on with the town's work, which sort of has taken a little bit of a hiatus over the last month or month and a half. But I'm sure the next couple of weeks we'll certainly catch up. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Hillier. Councillor Butler, I refer to you from time to time as the most popular council in all of CBS, but this time around you actually got more votes than anybody that ran in the election we just had. Isn't that right? So you are absolutely the most popular council in all of CBS.
Yes, thank you very much, Mayor. Welcome, Warwick. Nice to have a new face here, but certainly glad to see all the old faces here also. Now, I don't mean old in that way, Gerard. Now you threw me off now. Welcome to everybody. Yes, Mayor's shaking his head at you. I'd like to thank all the residents of the town of Conception Bay South. So grateful that they took their trust and faith in me to vote me in again. I started in 2013, trying to get on council, took me 3 tries. Now I'm on my 3rd term, so that's not bad. It's pretty good. I was actually very surprised. Not so much at the doors, I actually received a number of emails and messages from young families. I was very surprised, because they were asking me, what do are you going to do this, and this is what they want. And most of them wanted more recreation, and we're working on that. And they wanted more communications and more, to be informed more. And that's a thing that we always work on, and it's a work in progress for sure. So, and on that note, I really want to let residents know, if you haven't, you really should sign up for the alert system, because it's a fantastic tool. We certainly used it very well this summer. We had 2 instances where communications was of the utmost importance with the fires, the wildfires, and with the water shortage. So if people who say they don't know, they don't understand, they don't know where it's coming from, what it's all about, the alert system certainly does help. So I think that's it for me. And I'm looking forward to 4 years around the table again with council and staff around here. And I'm sure we will succeed in progressing.
Thank you, Councillor Butler. Councillor Hardy.
Thank you, Your Worship. I too would like to thank all of our fellow councillors who are back on board for another 4 exciting years, learning lots of new things and moving forward some portfolios. And to my new partner side by side here, Mr. Councillor Warwick Clooney. So that will be very interesting to be working side by side with you. But I do have a couple of things to bring forward this evening. Before I get into some more of the recreation, I do have, from a Ward 4 perspective, just to let residents know, I certainly hear all of your concerns from Julia Gardens. We do have some speeding and some traffic measures in the area that we're working with staff on and enforcement. So I just want to let everyone know I do appreciate all the emails and everyone completing the online registration tool, because that is a way that staff will receive all of your concerns as well. So just want to let you know I have received your emails and I certainly appreciate it. So from a recreation perspective, we do have some really exciting things happening over the next few weeks. On Saturday, October 25th, from 1 to 3, we have our Trunk or Treat. It is going to be located this year in the CBS Arena parking lot. So we were hoping to get everyone to get out to join us for the Trunk or Treat, dress up in your best costume and visit a lineup of decorated vehicles, offering Halloween treats in a fun and safe environment. This is free, family-friendly event and a community favorite featuring music, creativity, and plenty of spooky smiles. Even though the event is free, we do encourage everyone to register on the Eventbrite. It just helps everyone with numbers. And for more information, that can certainly be found on the town's website and our social media pages. So we got the Trunk or Treat on Saturday, and on Sunday we have our Halloween Family Skate. And this one here is also at the CBS Arena from 1 to 1:50. So it's a great time to put on your spectacular costume. Make sure it's a little bit safe and you don't want anything dragging on the ice. But families are invited to dress up and enjoy an afternoon skating with festive music, costumes, and treats. Helmets, like everything, are always required for everyone on the ice, and admission is free for all ages. And to add to the skating, all of the skating for the fall are free at both of our arenas until the end of the year. So encourage everyone to get out. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Hardy. Councillor Moores.
Thank you, Mayor Bent. I too want to thank everyone and congratulate everyone for their successful election. I'm honored to be back here again to represent Ward 1, and door knocking's not easy, but it's great when you hear all the concerns that people have, positive and negative. So I'm looking forward to 4 years of trying to, I guess, move forward some of those issues. So congratulations, everyone, and welcome, Warwick. It's nice to have you here. With regards to the Recreation Department, we are very excited to be hosting the Under-18 Women's National Hockey Championship, November 2nd to the 8th, which is going to be both at the CBS Arena and the Glacier. So the town of CBS, in partnership with Hockey NL and the City of Mount Pearl, is proud to co-host the 2025 Under-18s Women National Hockey Championship. This exciting national event will feature the top 8 teams from across Canada, bringing high-caliber hockey and national attention to our community. Come cheer on Team Atlantic as they compete on home ice. Tickets and full event details will be available soon through Hockey Canada and the town's social media pages. So keep an eye out for that. And the only other thing I wanted to mention, I guess I just want to send condolences to, during the time period, I guess, from when we finished council until now, we lost Stephen Pretty, who was very involved with the community garden. I had the privilege of going to high school with Steve, so I know him quite well. And he was highly involved. He actually ran for council one time before, and his community meant everything to him. So I just want to send condolences to his family, Gail and Jane, because he's going to be a big loss for our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Morris. I'll just echo that, and just to say that the Pumpkin Walk was something that Stephen was fully behind right from the beginning, and it's turned out to be an amazing event for our community on November 1st, the day after Halloween, where the pumpkins find a new life, and an amazing one for everyone to enjoy. And, I'll always be very fond of hanging out with Stephen at the Pumpkin Walk, and I encourage all the residents of the town to take a moment and go up. And I think that the true value of Stephen's commitment to the community will be felt through this year's Pumpkin Walk. So thank you for bringing that up, Councillor Morris. Yeah. Now, for our new councillor, Councillor Warwick Clooney, you're up.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'd just like to say thank you to the residents of CBS for voting me in. Hopefully I don't disappoint nobody. Hopefully I can do what I said I wanted to do. I have no particular agenda or anything for anything. Just like to get to help the people out, like I've been doing, like I say, used to in the Lions Club. And I just look forward to working with all of staff and all of council. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Clooney, and again, welcome aboard. Just a couple things before I finish up and move on to the people's business, but I just wanted to say a big thank you to the town staff for the work that's done behind the scenes in organizing an election. It's no small feat, and I know our returning officer, Gail, I think you had to pull together some 70 staff for all the locations and to make sure that everything ran smoothly in the way it should. And thank you for those efforts and all the other staff. I know our finance director and others were involved in that. And as far as I'm concerned, the election seemed to go off pretty well. So thank you for the work of all the staff of the town to ensure that that was a great event. A great event. I shouldn't say call it an event, should I? Although elections have become events, haven't they? We're all going to go home now tonight and with our popcorn and whatever, and watch the election probably on TV, see what happens. The other thing I wanted to mention is a big shout out to our fire department. Chief Murphy, another successful fire prevention week here in the town, and I know you opened your doors, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, you said you had some 500 visitors on the open house, and I know that's always a great event up there, and thank you for doing that. And as well, I believe we had a chief for the day, so that wasn't you for one day. I believe it was Chief Lucas from St. George's Elementary, is that correct? Great experience for that young fellow, and thank you for doing that. And the Concession Bay South firefighters are not just a service in our town; they're part of the town, the fabric, and they embrace the residents and make themselves as accessible as possible, and that's always a wonderful thing. And just finally, and council we were speaking about it before the meeting, but it's getting darker earlier, and we see a lot of people out wearing dark clothing, walking along the roads and so forth, and some of them are narrow. I would just encourage everyone to wear something reflective, so for your safety, because it's not always easy to see people, and sometimes you come around the corner and there's a person and two dogs at the last moment and no reflectors and so forth, and we don't want to see anything that we can prevent happen. And I'll ask our communications people to maybe send out some social media on that to encourage people to wear their reflective vests or stickers or whatever they happen to have, just to ensure safety. And of course, it's getting to be that time where Halloween will happen before we get to the next council meeting. And I think it's on a Friday night this year. So if the weather's good, it'll be a big turnout. So just encourage everyone to be very safe this time of year as it gets darker earlier and earlier. Okay, moving on to the business of the town. In finance, Deputy Mayor Goss, I believe you're leading us tonight.
Excuse me,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor, I have declared conflict on 7A, Human Resources for the Enforcement Manager. The successful applicant is a co-worker of mine currently.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes, Your Worship, I have a conflict of interest too for, as an employee with reporting structure.
okay. Councillor Clooney and Councillor Tilley declared conflict.
Okay, 7A, Human Resources Enforcement Manager. Be it so resolved that, subject to the receipt of acceptable documentation, Allison Collins be appointed to the position of Enforcement Manager per the terms and conditions of the employment contract. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Butler, discussion?
This is to fill the role after the previous staff person retired. So we're looking forward to Allison Collins joining town and filling that role.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried? Okay.
Seven B, Human Resources, Public Works Supervisor. Be it so resolved that Aaron Aspel be confirmed in the position of Public Works Supervisor as per the terms and conditions of the employment contract. So moved.
Seconder? Councillor Moores, discussion?
Aaron's been in this position for a year, and that was the, what's the word I'm looking for? His probation period, sorry. And now hits his permanent position, so we congratulate Aaron.
Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Contrary minded? Carried?
7C, Collections. Be it so resolved that approval be given to send arrears accounts identified for collections to Credit Recovery Limited for action.
Seconder? Councillor Hilliard, discussion?
This is the legislation under the Towns and Local Services Act that the town take all measures to collect taxes, and this is one of those steps in the process.
And usually the last step, or close to
Yep.
the last step in trying to recover the outstanding amounts, so.
It is.
Any other discussion on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried?
And that's everything for Finance and Administration this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor.
Excuse me, Your Worship, while there are no motions brought forward in Public Works, I just had a couple of items that I just want to highlight. First of all, regarding our community lifestyle centre, we've had staff out of province touring some existing centres, and those tours are complete, and focus over the next couple of weeks will be design and tender documents. Also, anybody who's been up around Kent, you'll notice there's been a great amount of work being done opposite Kent. That's pretty much the site of the Lifestyle Centre. That site work is due to be completed in October, and road widening will be done in November. So we're well on our way to having our site set up there to receive that dome next year. We've talked some about Seal Cove Bridge. Obviously, it's been awarded, the tender's been awarded for it, but delayed due to wildfire evacuation, excuse me, I used my new tongue, evacuation and alert. Materials and utility relocation will commence, however, the bridge replacement won't commence until spring of 2026. And the final one, I guess one that certainly Councillor Tilley and I are pleased to see, is that Kelligrews River Stormwater Study. The second draft has been received and it's under review, and that's a study that we promised a very vocal group of residents at one of our rezoning meetings last year, and it's great to see that their concerns with flooding and so on along the Kelligrews River, we've heard their concerns, and we've pretty much finish this study that we promised them. Thank you very much.
Thank you for those updates. Councillor Hillier, planning, looking at Councillor Tilley, and he's given me the nod, so you take it away, Councillor Tilley.
Thank you, Your Worship. We have 2 development applications and 2 other planning matters. 9A, 14 Laurel Road, a home occupation. Be it so resolved that in accordance with Section 10.7 and 10.11.2 of the Town's Development Regulations, the application number 5844 dated July 30th, 2025, proposing to operate a home occupation, a record shop, in the dwelling and accessory building at 14 Laurel Road be approved. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Hillier, discussion. Well, long live rock and roll. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
Bear with me, my computer just closed. Why I did that, I don't know.
Did it shut down?
Gotta wait for it to load, and
Mine has shut down on me. There, it just shut down again, so.
item
not sure.
not, okay. Item 9B, 36 to 40 Blackstrap Path. Be it so resolved that in accordance with sections 3.12 and 10.11 of the Town's Development Regulations, that a variance to reduce the minimum frontage from 50 meters. Excuse me, folks. Be it so resolved that in accordance, get over close. In accordance with sections 3.12 and 10.11 of the Town's Development Regulations, that a variance to reduce the minimum frontage from 15 meters to 13.5 meters for application number 5794, received on July 28, 2025, proposing to subdivide property at 3640 Blackstrap Path to create 1 additional vacant residential building lot, be approved. So moved.
Do we have a seconder for that? Councillor Hardy, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
Now, for the sake of, I'm not using my computer, so I can't vote. Give me- Yes, I'm voting A for the record. 9B, planning matters, so 9A, sorry. 6769
I got a-
Harvey's Path.
Conflict on that for an employee's relative or a relative.
Okay. Be it so resolved that in accordance with Section 177 of the Towns and Local Service Districts Act, the town offered to purchase property at 6769 Harvey's Path for the sum of $50,000 on condition that the town and the vendor will each bear their own legal costs, and if required, the town and vendor will share costs for a survey and property description, funds to be drawn from account so noted. So moved.
Seconder. Do we have Councillor Hillier, discussion?
Yes, my understanding, this will allow us to take another step forward in developing an area that's been identified in the Trailway Master Plan as an area.
Yeah, that's correct. I think we own a fair chunk of the properties out there now, and this is just a small piece of land that we figured it would be best if it was in the town's interests. And it, oh, sorry.
No. Any other discussion? Yeah, go ahead. All in favor? Contrary minded? Carried.
And the next one is 10 to 14
Excuse me,
Rectory
Your
Road.
Worship.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to declare conflict on this as the property is adjacent to a piece of property that I have interest in.
Next item, number 10 to 14 Rectory Road, a rezoning request. Be it so resolved that subject to payment of non-refundable processing fee and a deposit, the town undertake public and stakeholder consultation in accordance with sections 14 of the Urban and Rural Planning Act 2000 for proposed amendments to the Conception Bay South Municipal Plan and Development Regulations to change a portion of 10 to 14 Rectory Road from the public and institutional to the residential low-density designations and corresponding zones. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Moores, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
And that's it from the planning board.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Tilley. I think we have a ghost in the machine here tonight because mine keeps shutting down every couple of minutes. So, planning, economic development, procurement. Is that you, Councillor Butler, this evening?
Yes, I'm delighted to take on procurement for the next year, I guess, maybe. Just the one here this evening. 12A, if I can get it to come up there. It's not coming up. Oh, here we go. All right, approval to purchase 20-ton trailer. Be it so resolved that approval is given to purchase a 20-ton trailer from Northeast Truck and Trailer Sales at a cost of $41,500 plus HST. Funds are available in the capital fleet account. So moved.
Do we have a seconder for that? We do. Councillor Clooney, discussion?
Well, only that in order for the town to be able to provide services, it needs to be able to transport equipment and supplies throughout the town. So the trailer will get much use.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried. Thank you, Councillor Butler. See orders, is that you, Councillor Hillier?
Yes, Your Worship. This is coming upon us very quickly. Number 13A, rescind order 713 Kingsway Drive. An order was issued on March 11, 2025, requiring the property owner and tenant to cease and desist the parking of any commercial motor vehicles situated on the property located at 713 Kingsway Drive, Conception Bay South. On May 12, 2025, due to non-compliance, the file was referred to the town's lawyers for legal action. On August 5, 2025, the municipal enforcement officer confirmed that the property is now in compliance with town's bylaws. So be it so resolved that the order issued on March 11, 2025, under the Towns and Local Service District Act and the Town of Conception Bay South Commercial Motor Vehicle Bylaw, ordering the property owner and tenant to cease and desist the parking of any commercial motor vehicles situated on the property located at 713 Kingsway Drive, Conception Bay South, be rescinded. So moved.
We have a seconder for that. Deputy Mayor Goss, discussion?
Yes, Your Worship, it was just good to see orders rescinded. You know, occasionally we have to bring orders forward. It's nice to see one being rescinded.
Nice to have compliance. All in favor? Contrary minded? Carried. Thank you, Councillor Hillier. And that's the agenda for this evening. So I want to thank council for the work for tonight's meeting and look forward again to working with you for the next 4 years. And we have a motion for adjournment, but before that, I'll just say our next meeting is November the 4th. So everybody have a happy and safe Halloween. Moved by Councillor Tilley, seconded by Councillor Hillier. All in favor? Contrary minded? Carried. Thank you and good evening.